We discussed the U.S. Women's National Team performance against Netherlands last night, a 1-1 draw. I think we were all feeling pretty down about the overall performance, but I want to get your take. What was your reaction to the starting 11 that Vlatko put out, the overall performance? What's your take?
Also disappointed, also a little bit disheartened. I think that you saying that, everyone kind of felt that way. Contrast to Vlatko Andonovski's comments after the match. He said that they dominated. I think the quote is, "We dominated, we controlled the game." So that's a little bit confusing if the game that we're watching, we have a certain take, and then, the coach
last 10
feels
minutes,
different.
I'd say, yeah, you got
Fine,
you did.
but you didn't control the game.
No.
Dominate the game. For example, the first half, Lieke Martens controls the midfield. For Netherlands, and the U.S. is scrambling in the midfield. They're not connecting the way that you would expect them to. Rose Lavelle came in, I know you guys mentioned it, but made an absolute difference, and you need her there. I understand there's an injury potentially there that she's not playing full, but that's someone that absolutely is a game changer, and you can tell the moment she's on the field, everything changes. My biggest thing, Susanna, and I'll let you speak here, but the lack of substitutions. I don't understand it.
Where would you have liked to have seen Vlatko make some changes? At what points in the game were you like, we need to make some adjustments here?
Halftime.
Yeah.
I was hoping that there would be some subs at halftime. I mean, there was like 10 minutes after halftime that Rose Lavelle comes in, so it's not like he waited too long. But if you're going to make a change, make it at half. Give them the opportunity to come out differently. What was my biggest thing. And when we talk about the lack of substitution in this match, okay, you go away with 1 point, you tie, fine. But now you're facing a Portugal squad that you need to outscore instead of the Netherlands, and you haven't rotated enough for there to be any rest.
So here's a question too, because as you mentioned, they've faced Portugal next, and suddenly this game is becoming incredibly important because the Netherlands and the United States are tied on 4 points apiece. The Netherlands are entirely possible of scoring a ton of goals against Vietnam. We haven't seen many scoring opportunities for the United States, and yes, we pointed to the Netherlands winning in the midfield battle. There wasn't a ton of service for Sophia Smith or a Trinity Rodman or an Alex Morgan, but Jenny, where do the goals come from for this U.S. team, especially when you need them against Portugal?
I mean, the creativity of Rose Lavelle, I think, is the biggest thing that creates opportunity there. I know Ashley Sanchez also has that creativity to create goals. But one of the things that they changed was that Crystal Dunn and Emily Fox were allowed to go higher up the field, and they serve great crosses, and they're an attacking addition. I think Crystal Dunn dribbling inside is incredibly important because when she comes inside, then she can then open the field, playing outside and then crossing the ball in and getting some opportunity there. She didn't do that as much as I would have liked to see from her.
What about the Julie Ertz experiment? Because we have been speaking about her.
Fully roasting it.
Yes. What is your take on her and that center back pairing with her and Naomi Girma? Would you like to see her take over in the 6th role? Is that an improvement? Charlie was kind of like, what are you getting? What are you getting?
There's no upside in terms of playing out of midfield if Julie Ertz is your defensive midfielder. If this is a game,
does she need to be on the
back
field?
and forth and physical and aerial duels? Tough. You need somebody who's a tough tackler to protect the back four. Sure.
Yeah.
But in terms of we're going to take the initiative to the other team and have someone who can play those passes in between the lines, someone who can maybe beat somebody on the dribble at times as a 6, or just being with the vision to find different
you would put someone else.
Types of passes. Yes, I would. So I'm curious to know what you think in that situation.
I actually thought that at halftime, Julie Ertz should have moved to the 6 because I thought Netherlands was controlling the game, and they did need that a little bit of physicality added to the game so the U.S. could kind of serve some or create some dominance in that area, because I thought Netherlands looked like they were outpacing them. The possession was so much better that you needed to knock them off for the U.S. to gain possession. So that's why I would have moved Julie Ertz into the 6 to add that physical battle in the center. I understand what you mean by you now need to create. You now need to score a goal, so that's a different approach. I was thinking you got to stop their domination because they are dominating as opposed to what Vlatko took from the game. I am very curious about the Alana Cook situation, Susanna. It's something that we haven't seen. Why have we not seen Alana Cook? I have seen some deficiencies in her game, especially in the W Championship, where she gets beat behind a lot. I don't know if it's her read of the game, if it's her speed, what it may be. She gets beat behind, and that's something that I scouted in the W Championship thinking, oof, we might need someone else here. But if you've taken her all this way and taken her to the World Cup, it's because you think that she has fixed that or has the ability to, not leave that as a negative or as a weakness for the team. So if she's there as your only two real center backs, I still continue to be confused. I know it's kind of annoying to talk about it, but it's confusing.
No, I mean, how do you bring two center backs, only two, and you're not using one of them? And I know Julie Ertz used to play center back, but I still don't think if Andy Sullivan isn't providing service, isn't springing the attack, isn't, shuttling the ball to attacking midfielders that can spring that attack, I don't think you lose anything by putting Julie Ertz there, especially if what Jenny said is true, in that when you bring Crystal Dunn in, now you have essentially another midfielder that is offering an attack, can put defenders on their back heel. You're offering that. I don't mind Julie Ertz sitting back and sort of protecting that back line with two real center backs, especially if you're sending up both of your fullbacks.
You don't even need it.
I don't think you need it, but I'm saying
transition.
I'm saying it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Get it? Because it's the sixth position. Come on now. Come on. I had it in my head, and I wasn't sure if I was going to say it. What I'm saying is, I don't think you lose anything by removing Andy Sullivan and putting Julie Ertz there. What I do think is, this midfield, bro, come on, switch it up. I need to see some creativity. I need to see something. And let's not lose sight of the fact that, Trinity Rodman's ball doesn't go slightly wide that last shot. We're winning the game. Sophia Smith. Alex Morgan, I would trust her 10 out of 10 times with a penalty. And she of course misses the parry back. I mean, these are things that are quite shocking. Normally, under normal circumstances, you don't see that happen. But the questions are still out for Vlatko.
Jenny, I'll say this. They were left 3v3. Alex Morgan, Sophia Smith, and Trinity Rodman left 3v3 because the Netherlands said, we're going to overload the midfield. We're going to control this game, which they did. But when the U.S. did win the ball back, you didn't see the right passes to spring those three.
Mm-hmm.
Because
until Rose Lavelle came in.
You'll take that against any team. Those 3v3, you say, we'll take our chances every day of the week if we lock it down in the back and allow them to play 3v3. But you weren't playing to their strengths. You weren't finding them in the seams. You weren't finding them in behind.
But it's massive, Charlie, because Rose Lavelle wasn't playing because of the injury, and she's the player that you want to look for those passes. She has the visibility, like the vision to do it, and the perfect pacing of the ball. Like, that's who you want putting that ball in, and she hasn't been playing. So that's why you're missing that kind of thing there. And I know we have to go, but I just wanted to make sure that we mentioned Lindsay Horan's goal. That was a beautiful moment for her to get hit, to be angry, to use that anger to her advantage and score that goal. And that's a part of the game.
Yeah, 2 goals for her in this World Cup tournament so far. So
her
she's been a bright spot.
She has.
Her and her teammate going at it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Go.